So I'll put my story in context. I was about 18 when I met Gurudev. And back then, it was before Yogaville, we had a huge estate in Connecticut, Pomfret, Connecticut. And there would be about 100, 200 people who would be in the audience sitting to listen to Gurudev's satsang. And after one particular satsang, he came out, and people were glomming to see him, and I was standing a little bit further in the back, and I had a gold belt that had a lion on it. I didn't even realize I had this belt on until Gurudev came up to me and said, "Oh, a lion." And I went, "Rawr!" It was funny because many things would come out and you wouldn't necessarily expect them to come out, but that's what came out. And so at the time I thought, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that. But later, it occurred to me that he was kind of encouraging of that. Most of the teachings that I have found that came from him were subtle, weren't with a lot of words, but there was always this energy or feeling that was conveyed. And he seemed to be pleased or tickled by that response. And so I thought about it later, and many times later, 25 years later, I'm still thinking about that. And one of the things that has been really instructive for me is that we're not all lambs. We're not all tigers. We're not all lions. We each come to this place with certain qualities. And it's best if we express those qualities, whatever they are. So for instance, if you are a lion, be a lion in the fullness of that. If you're a lamb, be a sweet lamb, but be true to how the universe, God, brought you into this world. So, the second story I'd like to tell is back in the day. Do you remember, who remembers Star Wars? Okay. So we were, he's jumping up and down in the back. So back in the day, you know, now Star Wars is somewhat of an old hat, but back in the day it was a brand new story. And there was first R2-D2 and C-3PO. And if I remember correctly, R2-D2 was the little round unit, is that right? And then the gold fellow was R2-D2, is that right? Oh, yes. So we were in San Francisco, and there was a whole bunch of us there with Gurudev. And across the street, there was R2-D2 and C-3PO doing their thing. And everyone was clamoring and excited, and look at that, and how is that happening? And someone, turned out to be me, said, look at down the street. There was a fellow with a little mechanism who was operating it. And so I got to say in my somewhat quiet voice, it's over there. He's programming it over there. And I didn't think Gurudev would hear, and he turned and he said, always look deeper. So what that means to me now, after, again, all these years of rethinking, re-experiencing, and wondering if there's some other facet that I have yet to learn or understand, is don't necessarily go to what's your first response. Don't necessarily go to what the culture tells you is going on. Look a little deeper. Whether that's with a person that you're interacting with and their behavior appears to be something that you think you know, look a little deeper. So that teaching has been very instrumental for me in many areas, not only in my coaching, but my personal life and in the work that I do. Go a little bit deeper each time. So you've been very patient. Thank you so much for listening tonight, and God bless. Om Shanti.